Let's face it. All of us would rather not be here, would rather not have to pick up the newspaper as if it were lead, burden ourselves with all the horrible news, like no presents on Christmas or Hanukkah or wherever we come from. No good news. We look at his or her face, their expensive so-called truth, whatever government lackey he or she is, the leaders of the unfree world. Over in Iraq, little kids cry just like they do over here. That's the one thing I'm sure about. There are lots of people who have no money, no mental health facilities, no health care, period. Oh, while billions of dollars are spent on millions of bombs going off, and people have to worry about keeping their heads attached to their shoulders. I don't want to have to think about that. Let's face it, the streets are full of people starving and protesting. The protesters have no money to save the homeless, but our voices are trying. We need to bring the women and the men home and retrain them somehow to lay down their guns permanently. War will never help anybody find peace. This is called You're Not Through. This is dedicated to M.K. Chavez.
Yeah.
Because she likes it. So does Paul. Paul published it somewhere, I think. I'm not sure. You're not through with drinking, with fucking around, with pot and cocaine, with partying. You've got some recognition, even though your marriage is on the skids or even gone. I'm just trying to make enough money to make it through the month to find a little, if not long-term love. You're not through, even though I'm trying to be through loving how you smell. That you wear 6-inch heels on boots with 1960s fishnet stockings, that you keep putting on weight, that you've got a sad, defensive smile. I love how you're the bomb, how you like me. I'm not too crazy about the fact that you don't necessarily love me. How the school's been closed for 2 years and you're all distant with me except for the intellectual scientist who's smart in a similar way to me, or at least admires my effort to find something real, something literary, some woman who will really love me again. Poets who've received some recognition and now have to live up to it worry about their position. I'm just trying to find somebody with a nice smile, a woman who feels she can and wants to handle anything I throw her way. Go through the decade getting published and getting a decent job that has some health attached to it. You're young. 45 is young to me now. Go on, have a drink. I had to quit 11 years before the age you are now just to have a 20-year life of love. You're not through being silly and immature and thinking you really are trying to find love. Look over here. You're not through, and I'm just beginning.
Yeah.
You can tell I write a lot, huh? This is called Bidet. I got a better copy of it over here. Let's see. Sorry. That's it. The man with the big mound of brownish gray hair moves all about the knothole at AT&T Park. You don't have what it takes. Give it to him, Bidet. Kneel down to the great and mighty, Bidet. The ball's coming into right field, and you're going to miss it, Bidet. Giants! For a minute or two, he's silent, but as the Giants scratch out a hit and Aubrey Huff, their best chance for a long ball, comes to the plate, the alternative Santa Claus, whose gift to the Giants is unwavering support, starts up again. All right, buddy! Aubrey's going to slam one off the wall. Watch out in right field, buddy! Giants! The big man exclaims. My friend, the just turned 60-year-old woman on SSI who used to sell advertising at the San Francisco Chronicle, walks up to me as I lean on the big iron partition-like railing that keeps fans from going up to the chain link fence and right field fence. That guy's too loud, she complains. She has a soft smile and is always decked in a hat and jacket with some sort of Giants logo. She is proud of the fact that Barry Bonds has called out to her in a chance meeting at the ballpark a few years back. He's just too big, I sort of defend the Harry fan. Anybody that size is suppressing something if he's too quiet. The woman looks a little annoyed as she leans her body over the rail a bit without looking at me. All I know is that he rivals the thunder, something we'd have practically none of if he didn't come down here to the knothole. You could hear that guy anywhere in the park, I counter and chuckle a little bit. Let's just look at the game. Your pal Freddie Sanchez is coming to bat. I heard you yelling at him tonight when I was listening on the radio. We go back to just watching at the top of the inning, concentrating hard on trying to will the Giants into winning another one of their hard-fought, torturous games. Cody Ross, a hero of the playoffs last year, dives for and nabs a line drive. Way to go, Cody! My generational partner yells at the mid-career star player. He's back to form, I comment. You don't have a chance with Cody in right field, Atlanta. Way to go, Cody, buddy! Giants! Giants! The man with the 300-pound boom proclaims. My small friend looks at me and shrugs her shoulders. I think it demands enormity of spirit and smiles with a tinge of chagrin. How much more have I got? I don't mean to put a damper on it, but I work with developmentally disabled and autistic children. One bit me a couple of days ago, and this is about that. This is called biting the hand. Biting the hand that feeds him love, or at least almost constant care, he violates my person. First-degree assault, I'm sure, if perpetrated by some mad person on the street. But in this case, just a very nasty day's work for a substitute instructional aide in the San Francisco Unified School District. The blood oozes a bit from the veins on top of my left hand. The nice, gentle, middle-aged male teacher acts quickly. Get some antibacterial soap on your hand right away. You're headed to the doctor, he says. As the two therapists who also work with LaShawn sees him gently but with conviction. I stay around as P, the head teacher, walks me down to the office after the autistic kids we work with are on their buses. I was going to the ballpark anyway to catch the last few innings of the Giants and Minnesota Twins, where I spend most of my free time in the free large knothole underneath the right and right center field stands. People are happy as the Giants have just finished winning. The doctor is about my age, I guess, a woman with, I would guess, a European accent of some sort. Her LVN is a nice-looking young Asian woman. Okay, any more? One more? Okay. Let's try to pick it up again. Let's see what I have. I have something else I can yell. It won't be Badoo, but it'll be something. Okay. Okay, here's, I played around with a little rhyme for a change. This is called I Booked. I'm I booked, my goose cooked. Computers got me by the throat. I can't gloat. I stare down my life's frown. I iPod to my crown around my nice big oversized head's demise. I'm eye booked. I can't look.